Yo, we are back in the building. This is another episode of This Ain't Practice. I am Shad.
Chris J.
And we are in the building. Sorry, man. The music might have been up a little loud this
All good, family. All good.
I'm trying to make it work, man. I'm trying to make it work. Now my wife should be my programmer and producer. She's being lazy. So I'm going to have a talk with her about that. I need some help around here, man. What's good with you, brother?
Doing good, man. What's going on with you, man? How your week going?
Man, the week is going well. It's my last week of vacation. Tomorrow's the official last day. If we don't count Christmas, and it's back at it, man. On the 26th. So, not looking forward to that, but it is what it is. I was off for 2 weeks, man. Got a lot of sleep. Did some days around the house, so it's all love, bro. How your week been?
Man, 6-day work week, man. Grinding. You know how it go.
Woo! Yeah. Boy, you don't catch a break. You don't catch 6 days, man.
6 days.
6 days. You gotta hit. You gotta hit Saturday.
Oh yeah, a close on Saturday. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
9 p.m. Saturday. So it is what it is, man. Got to knock it out, right?
Yep. It's all good. Oh, we got one in here already. What up? What's good, Keno?
What's up, Keno?
Thanks for joining the show, brother. Looks like you got the first comment, man. You don't win anything for that, but we appreciate you commenting. So what's up, man? I'm gonna let you go ahead and kick this off because some things happened to us last week that were not good.
I'm gonna go ahead and start. Both our teams are trash. I'm gonna kick it off. Nothing else needs to be said. Our teams are trash.
Bruh.
We can go ahead and skip. We can go ahead and skip to the NBA talk now.
No. We gotta follow the docket. We gotta follow the itinerary. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
I'll go ahead and get my take my licks now. I see a lot of hating going on right now. Yeah, okay.
A lot of hate
going on, man. Right now. Man, but
so let me ask you, man, what happened?
Yes, and you saw the game. You saw what happened. You saw that mess. Man.
Yo.
Just terrible playing. Kind of give a little backstory. So last Saturday, our defensive coordinator, Sean Desai, he basically got fired on his day off. I don't know how you get fired on your day off, but he basically got fired on his day off. Man,
like Craig from Friday?
Yeah, man. I don't know how you get fired on your day off, but that's what happened. He got fired. Basically, they told him, we're going to move you up to the press box. And Matt Patricia, who used to be head coach of the Detroit Lions, was the defensive coordinator under Bill Belichick in New England, won some Super Bowls out there. He was an assistant. Now they made him basically the pseudo defensive coordinator. So he was calling plays. The defense actually, they played better on Monday, but as you saw, like the last stretch, they were targeting. Now Seattle had the backup quarterback in there, and he was slicing us up, and it went 92 yards. Yeah, block.
Was it lock?
Yeah. He was slicing us up. And one of our cornerbacks, Bradbury, he got targeted 4 or 5 plays on that drive. It was like 80 yards, all on him. So man,
were you like cut him tonight?
We have no replacements. That's the problem. Like, I'd love to cut him. We have no replacement. So it's just bad all around. I don't want to hear Hurts had the flu. Man, you step out there and play. You're out there playing. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. We had plenty of opportunities. I saw some of the fans, on Philly radio. They were complaining about some of the calls, holding, and there were some bad calls. But you see that in every game. There's bad calls on both sides of the ball for each team. So I don't want to hear the excuses. The Eagles had plenty of chances to extend that lead. Hurts, he's turning the ball over too much, man. Just bad interceptions like that. The last play of the game, he was trying to force the ball to AJ Brown on the sideline. You had Kenny Gainwell. He was wide open in the flat. All you had to do was hit him. you know, our kicker's been lights out. You needed basically 12 to
Right.
15 yards to get in, you know, field goal range for him. And I think easily on that play, because we had 2 timeouts left, I think Kenny Gainwell could have gotten at least 12 to 15. Might even been able to get a little bit more. So it's just bad all around. And then, you know, the coach, Nick Sirianni, after the game, you know, the Philadelphia media, man, they're not giving no mercy, no grace. So, man, they got their foot on his neck, man, asked him, like, well, what happened? Like, why would you throw the ball? You know, why would Hurts throw the ball there? And he was like, well, you know, sometimes you can get a pass interference. Man, he's just sounded, he was stumbling when he was giving his explanation. Then someone was like, well, you know, in the meetings, do you tell Hurts not to, you know, they got ready to ask a question. And he was like, I'm not disclosing what we talk about in meetings. That's confidential. So he like cut the reporter off. So it was like a little tense exchange. You know, I mean, you can't expect him to, you know, divulge what they talk about in team meetings. That ain't happen, you know. But
right,
man, it's just it's not good out in Philly right now. It's not. You know, they need
and those fans are relentless.
Man, check it out. Then the NovaCare facility, that's their practice facility. Some fans came out there holding signs saying, please run the ball. So, man, Sirianni, man, he sent them some coffee out so they would stay warm. So it's not good.
Oh, that's love.
It's love, but it's not good, not good out in Philly right now.
It's not good. It's not good. We got DK is the problem. He is.
Yeah, DK Metcalf is a monster, man. He's the problem. He's the problem. Philadelphia still should not have lost that game, man. It's no excuse. No excuse at all.
No. It's the Seahawks, dude. You guys should have lost that game.
What were your thoughts on the game?
I was happy that they lost, man. That was my thoughts.
Sure you were.
Hey, me and Shell were in the man cave, like, yeah.
I can't stand y'all.
You want to know my thoughts,
man?
but no, I echo what you say, and I didn't text you or rub it in.
You did text me.
Another one of. No, I didn't. What I say? Did I say what happened?
You didn't rub it in, but you did. You did say
I didn't rub it in.
No, you didn't rub it in, but you was texting.
I would text him. I did rub it in,
right?
Because we had another common friend of ours on Facebook, and she was going off, and I commented on there. Didn't rub it in.
Right.
Didn't rub it in. Still showed a little love because I mean I echo what you're saying, everything you're saying. And I'm like, you gotta know what was going on, you know, in the back office or whatever. But I couldn't say shit. You want to know why?
Yeah, let's get to that. Why not?
Because of what happened Saturday.
What happened on Saturday? Skull.
These whack ass Vikings. Yeah, I said it. These whack ass Vikings. What the heck was that?
Man, how did T. Higgins flex on y'all like that? How he score a touchdown sitting on top of the Vikings cornerback? Like, where they do that at?
Where they do that? I have no idea. I have no idea. I was like, no way. I was like, no way. He got that ball and brought that thing like that. I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen anything like that before.
Man, that flex was a tough flex right there. That was tough.
That was tough. He's not even that dude. Chase is that dude.
Now the Higgins is nice though. He's nice.
He's nice, but he's not that dude. That's like Osborne. That's like Osborne from the Vikings putting in work. Like
no, he better than Osborne. Like the reason why he gets outshined is because he got Chase there. You know, Chase is a top 3-4. Well, he says himself he's the best wide receiver in the league, but he's a top 3-4 wide receiver in the NFL. But T. Higgins he's a monster.
He's a monster, man, and that's not fair. They don't need to. That's whack. I was like, Chase was going into the tunnel, so I'm like, oh shit, we straight.
Yeah.
Freaking Higgins guy comes and just demolishes us in the crucial moments, and then what the heck was up with that interception that Mullins threw? He's going down. He basically throws it at the defensive lineman's helmet, and he just catches it in his lap. It's like, what
That's the craziest thing I ever seen. That's almost as bad as that Mark Sanchez when he ran into the his offensive lineman's butt fumble and fumbled the ball. Man, that
The
was
Buffalo, yeah.
almost on par with that. Not quite, but it was almost on par with
Not,
that.
almost on par with that. I can believe it, man. And then they ran the crucial moments of the game. They needed inches, and they ran the same play twice in a row. The little they're trying to do the tush push, but nobody seems to know how to do it except for Philly. And I was just like, what?
Brotherly love, man. You can only do that in Philly. You got Jalen
Lord.
Hurts is, man. They said that dude's squatting like 600-700 pounds. Like, you know what I mean? You got to have the right quarterback to do that. That Vikings quarterback, he's not built for that.
No, he's not built for that at all. And then they had the smallest guy in the field. I can't think of his name right now. Was like pushing him. He's like 180 pounds or something like that. Like, come on, man.
That's not gonna work.
No, that's not gonna work. Not they didn't do it once, they did it twice.
Yeah.
So it was like, did you guys just want to lose this game? Like, I don't understand what's going on. And the Vikings are still in the hunt, but like I told you Saturday when we linked up, I don't even care. I don't want them in the playoffs. Let's just end it. I'm over it. I know I'm wearing Vikings here. Yeah, man. I'm waving the white flag, man. You got the white tee on. I'm waving it, bro. Like, I guess over because I mean, is Mullins starting that quarterback next week, like or this Sunday? Like, what's happening? I mean,
they have. I mean, you can't go back to Dobbs. Like,
no.
You can't go back to. You might as well keep Chris Mullins' little brother in there, man. Just ride with him.
I mean, the season can't get any worse, I guess. Well, besides us not making the playoffs, but again, like I told you, even if we went, it was just kind of one of the like, well, that's time I'll never get back again. So I'm over it, man. I'm over it for this season. Cousins needs to get healthy. We need to keep our pieces on the defense, and we'll hope for better things next year. But I'm over it, man. So that's my take, man. What was your take?
Same thing. They had opportunities, but some of the play calling I didn't like, and they needed to keep Mixon out of the end zone, when he got there. They stopped him a couple times, and he got in on that one play. And I thought when Chase went to the locker room, I'm like, okay, the Vikings got this. You got
it's over.
Best player on the field not playing, he's injured. Because I saw when he got hit, I'm like, that's not good. I thought he had broken his collarbone. That doesn't look good. But Vikings weren't able to capitalize it. You can see the quarterback play as much as and I've been a Kirk Cousins critic. We both have. A lot of a lot of football people who know football have been Kirk Cousins critic. But there's a huge drop off between Kirk Cousins and that mess they got on the roster right now. They don't have anything.
Yeah, it's not even close, man. It's not even close. I mean, you never miss a good thing until it's gone. And man, we're feeling it as Vikings fans. We're really feeling it. All that crap we talked about Cousins at the beginning of the season. Yeah, dude, I take it all back. I take it all back. I'm sorry, Cousins. I'm sorry. Come back. Come back.
Well, man, I was hyped on. So, before the going into the Monday night game, I was hyped because Dallas Cowboys got smashed. So
bro.
And up there in Buffalo, and it's kind of holding true as far as they're a different team on the road, man. When they're not down here, at Jerry's World, they're a different team, and man, they got absolutely smashed. I mean,
I did not see that coming.
No, and not even to that point. I thought like they would both put up some points, but I mean, there was at one point in the third quarter, I think Dallas had like 90-something yards of total offense. Like it was crazy. I think Dak finished with like 160, 170 yards and no touchdowns. Their lone touchdown came on doing basically an end around with CeeDee Lamb handing the ball off to him. So they got James Cook ran the ball all over him, man. They just look bad. They look really, really bad.
Man, James Cook looked like his brother, man.
He did.
His brother in his prime, I should say.
Max, not Delvin now. Yeah, Delvin in his prime.
Not now. Yeah, Delvin. Where is he? Is he still on?
It's with the Jets.
The Jets roster? Is he still on the roster?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so I was like, wow, I didn't know he had that juice as well. So that's impressive. I like to see him do well. The Bills, got a close friend of ours. They're Bills fans. Brent's wife Annie, and
Okay.
I'm I don't have anything against the Cowboys, but I'm kind of indifferent to them. So I was rooting for the Bills.
I have
I knew the
something.
Eagles. Go ahead.
I have something against them, and I'm glad they got
You
smashed.
you definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You text me like, man, Cowboys are getting smashed right now, and I'm going to the airport to pick up Shell, so I missed
Right.
most of the game. But yeah, I mean, I knew it was gonna be a tough game. I didn't see that happening. So and Bills had because Bills have beaten they beat Kansas City the game before that, right? The week before that.
Yes, I think the Bills are they're on a nice little winning streak, man, to where they've positioned
Yeah.
themselves to get back in that playoff race.
Yeah, they beaten some pretty good teams. So
Mm-hmm.
good
Mm-hmm.
on them, man. Good on them. Good on them. So we've got we got 3 weeks left in the regular season.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
After this week coming up, we have is it after? Or no, maybe it's just 3 weeks left. Because
I think it's just 3 weeks left.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
yep. Because the Eagles,
Yeah.
they got the Giants, then they got the Cardinals, and then they go to New York. So yeah, you're right. It's just 3 weeks left. So man, it's getting into that crunch time area, man.
You guys should be okay. The Eagles should be able to win those last 3 games. I mean, as bad as they've been playing, they should be able to beat those teams.
Well, I mean, they can't clinch the playoff berth after, even though they lost on Monday night, they still clinched the playoff berth. But it's a big difference in playing a home game and playing a road game, and they're technically still not out of it for home field advantage. I'd much rather, if you do,
right.
If you do, right the ship and start having some success in the postseason, I'd rather play San Francisco or Dallas and Philly than have to go on the road. So that's kind of the key.
Yeah.
And
you definitely don't want to play Dallas. They don't want to play Dallas at home.
No,
you don't want to do that. That's a different kind of beast right there.
It is. So, it is. Dallas has they play Miami coming up on the road, I believe, this weekend. So that could be a tough, it could be a tough game. And Tyreek Hill he returned to practice today because he sat out last week with sprained ankle. So he returned to practice today, and Echenine, their other running back, he returned. So it looks like that they should be healthy. And that game, Dallas is going to look for redemption after what happened last Sunday. So I can imagine they're going to come out, ready to play. So that's going to be that should be a good game. I think that's a 3:25 game on Sunday. Christmas.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, that should be a good one, and it's got to tell us a lot about both teams.
It will, because Miami they're trying to hold on to to get that AFC East. They're trying to hold Buffalo off. So they can get the East. And then, again, they're one of those teams. They'd rather play down in Miami than have to be playing, up in Buffalo or, go to one of those cold weather cities.
But it's pretty much all the teams they got to play is cold weather cities.
Yeah.
Besides what, Jacksonville, Houston. But Houston, you think Houston will be in it? Are they even in a wild card race?
They got a chance, these last few weeks, and so when we do the after this week, we'll kind of break the standings down on the next show, and like I said, there'll be 2 weeks left, so we can kind of go in depth then, be a little bit easier to kind of project the playoff pass. But talk about Jacksonville, see Trevor Lawrence, man, with a concussion, he went to concussion protocol. He's had a lot of injuries, man. What we talked about all year, since we've been doing the show, there's been a lot of injuries, at that quarterback position.
Yeah, that's scary for Jacksonville, man, because they're on a slide. They lost 3 games in a row, and now he's in concussion protocols. I mean, that's not looking good, man. But again, we talked about it, in our previous shows. How much more can you protect these quarterbacks?
You can't. I mean, it's football. I mean, and they're already protected so much compared to how they were back in the day. So I don't know.
I mean, they're a lot more careful now. I mean, there was no such thing as concussion protocols back in the day. So,
Right.
you know, so they're a lot more careful now. But it's kind of like, man, what else can you do for them, man? It is what it is. Otherwise, you know, do away with the sport altogether. I think that's what who was the guy from I can't think of his name. He got into it with Skip, Undisputed.
Oh, Richard Sherman.
Yeah, Richard Sherman. Yeah. You know, just otherwise, you know, if you know they're going to keep changing the rules to make the game softer, just get rid of it, which they'll never do. You know, makes too much money.
Well, I know the Vikings are gonna change their playing surface.
I heard that.
Yeah,
next year, right? A safer turf.
Yes, it's supposed to be like a safer turf. So I don't know. I got to remember what the article said, but I know it was $1.9 million that they see that's what's going to cost to replace it. Or that's how much, like the research and everything that was done. Like, so they put a lot of thought and there was a lot of research in that process.
Oh, okay. Huh. So what? Like they're playing on clouds now? Like what? I don't understand. Pillow tops. Like what? As long as it's safer. It doesn't slow the game down. I'm all for it.
Like the sleep number turf.
This right. So we got Lawrence, 18 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Bum. Yeah. Who's baseball
facts,
travels?
Craig. You're right, Craig. You're right.
Oh, it's Craig. Okay.
Yeah.
What up, Craig? We got Vikings new turf install is BS. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, man. So
right.
You know, but I mean, if it doesn't affect the game, make the players safer, you know, I'm all for it. But yeah, I don't know too much about it.
You know how it is. They'll still get injured on that. You know, I don't know how much that's going to change.
Right. They will. What we got next on the docket, brother?
And so let's go back to that Thursday night game from last week, man. How in the world did the Raiders score 63 points after scoring nothing on the Vikings? Just was it 4 or 5 days earlier? Like I'm confused.
I have no idea. You talk about a turnaround. I mean, it is. Hold on. We got. Everybody said I'm legit mad over the turf. Okay. Hold on. They aren't playing baseball to install. They're playing baseball to install the new turf set.
Yeah.
That's what else we got.
Belichick
to the Chargers.
Belichick, that's what I was getting ready to segue into, man. They got whooped so bad they fired the coach. Richard Sherman during like halftime. He was like, man, they might fire him at halftime. But no, they didn't fire him at halftime. They waited till the game was over at least. But man, they got him up out of there.
They got him up out of there, man. Like quick, fast. But now you were saying they should have fired him last year.
Man, he blew like a 28-0 lead against Trevor Lawrence. They were playing Jacksonville in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence threw like 3-4 interceptions in the first half or something. It was crazy. They were up 28-0 and lost that game. Dude should have been fired. He would not. I would not have brought him. Nothing benefited. Nothing came out of bringing him back again this year. Now you wasted another year of your franchise quarterback, Justin Herbert. You wasted another year of him, and then Austin Eckler, one of your, he's your best running back. Keenan Allen, he's getting up there. Like your offensive guys, you basically just kind of wasted another year with those guys with to me, an inept coach.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have never kept his job after that. And it wasn't that was the owner's decision to keep him around, right?
I believe so. That owner,
it always is, but
yeah, it's the Spanos family, and they're like cheap. Like that's kind of the word on the street is because they fired Anthony Lynn, who was their coach before, and I think they're still paying him right now. They either still or it might have just ran out, so they're cheap. But now he's caught some flack, so he just came out this week and was like, we're not going to any expense. We're not going to hold back to get a quality coach. And they're saying Belichick could be the guy to go there, and get the defense turned around. You got a franchise quarterback. You got some playmakers on offense. So I don't know.
Right. got some pieces. I mean, I think Belichick's time in New England is over. You know?
It needs to be.
Yeah, I think it's over.
It needs. I mean, honestly, it probably should have ended a couple of years ago. To be frank, like he's a legend. You won, however many Super Bowls you won there. What did they win? 7 Super Bowls
6.
Or 5? Crazy amount.
6.
Yeah, crazy amount of Super Bowls they won there. Like,
yeah,
you're etched in history, and I know he's trying to hold on because he's trying to pass Don Shula for most wins all time for a head coach, and I think he would do it next year, I believe. I think he was on pace to do it next year, but I know I need to look at it because they didn't win a whole lot of games this year. They haven't won a whole lot of games, so I need to see how many games behind Shula he is. But he, I know he's trying to pass him.
Is it with one franchise? He's trying to do it, or
no? It's the most wins all time NFL history by a head coach.
Well, he's not doing well, man. They've only won 3 games this year, so
right. So that slowed the process down a little bit.
A little bit, just a tad.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely gonna need to pick that up. I think the Chargers would be a good fit for him. I mean,
I kind of look at it like this though. He's 70-something years old. Like what shelf life are you going to have with him? You know what I mean? You're just going to get him for a couple years, or is there somebody you like that you can get, and potentially have that guy there for a while? So you kind of weigh the pros and cons with, and then is he going to want control? Because he's the GM. He picks his players, he drafts the players, he, when they're signing the free agents, he does all of that. Like, is he going to be, if he's coming to my team, I'm not letting him pick our players and and do all that and sign our free agents. And I don't think the Chargers ownership would be going for that. So you gotta figure that dynamic in as well.
Yeah, and I think he's kind of proven in the past years that he's not equipped for that job anymore. Maybe in his prime, but definitely not anymore. So,
Tom Brady masked a lot of problems. Like he hasn't done it without Brady.
Right. Yeah, you remember there's that whole conversation and debate, like, okay, well, who did it? Who was winning these Super Bowls? Was it Belichick or was it Brady? And I think Brady has proven his point. He won one, and he went to 2 and won 1.
Facts.
So, so I think at that point's been proven. It was Brady. But again, Belichick with with good pieces and just able to just focus on coaching, I think he can get it done with the Chargers. So we'll see. But I know he's old, but what they say, the new 70, the new 60, right?
It could be. I just wonder with his style of coaching, because he's that ironclad, and I don't think he's adjusted, to how the NFL has changed. I think he's just kind of one of those coaches that he's legendary. He's accomplished so much. I think he's kind of stuck in his ways.
Yeah, because it's work. He won 6 championships. But like you said, the game has changed, the players has changed, and he's kind of one of those coaches where he treats everybody equal. He doesn't care if you're a star player or what. It's all equal across the board. He was doing that with Brady, and Brady won these championships with him, and he just kind of treated him like he was another number, and almost forced him out of New England. Did he?
Yeah, they said
had a big part of that.
Well, he wanted to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. He wanted, he drafted him to kind of be Brady's replacement. He wanted to kind of usher Brady out the door, and Robert Kraft was like, nah, Brady's earned the right basically to leave when he wants to leave. So, that's kind of how that went down.
Okay. Well, it should be interesting to see what happens with that. But yeah, that was crazy. The Raiders scoring 63 points. I was like, wow, that's insane.
That was wild. Man, it was wild enough to get him fired.
Yeah, well,
it was like, can you come to the office? They're like, how you give up 63 points on this team? They couldn't even score 5 days ago. He had no explanation. And
no explanation.
None.
What do you say? My bad.
We need to look at film and figure out what happened. Like, they ain't going for that.
Like, what happened? You were there. You know what happened. You saw the game.
Facts. You was up in the suite. You saw the same thing we saw.
Oh man, yeah, that's so funny, man. They got rid of him that next morning. That was freaking
Quick,
hilarious, man.
fast, in a hurry. So
Hilarious.
yeah, man. So we got the preview. So the Vikings, they're hosting Detroit. It's in Minnesota, isn't it?
Yeah. They're at home against the Lions.
All right. So what's your thoughts on that game?
Oh, Vikings are gonna get smashed, man. We'll have a quarterback. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I agree. I think the defense, they've been balling, man. I got to get to the D. By and large, the defense has been they've been good this year. Been better than what I thought.
They've been good. Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's just the offense can't. The offense they're not consistent, and they're keeping the defense. They're putting the defense in bad spots. You keep it on the field longer than they need to be, and that's just just don't have that quarterback that can extend drives and put points on the board. So. After a while, your defense can only hold up, but for so long.
Right. That's exactly what happened last week. All that work the defense put in, the previous game, and they're put right back in the same position again. Man, the boys were tired, man. They were tired. So I see more of that happening against the Lions. The Lions are playing well. Yeah, they've lost a few games they should have won, but they're still a beast. So I think that the Vikings are on a decline. They're gonna get smashed at home, probably by maybe 14.
What's your score?
I see it 28-14.
28-14. Okay, yeah. I had 31-14, so we're right there.
Yep.
We just a field goal off here and there, but yeah, that's where I had it. So kind of is what it is at this point.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're kind of they're probably gonna lose out the season. I think they play Green Bay. Is it Green Bay they play?
Yeah,
I think it's Detroit, Green Bay, and Detroit. And Green Bay, they've been playing. They've been playing. Green Bay's been playing okay ball. They're not. They got their issues as well, but they look a lot more promising than the Vikings right now to me.
Well, I mean, Jordan Love, I would take Jordan Love over any of the Vikings quarterbacks. Like if Jordan Love was on the Vikings right now, they'd have won some of these games.
Oh, absolutely.
They'd have won some of these.
Yeah.
And they'd really be pushing Detroit for that division title. They'd be right there pushing it. The Vikings quarterbacks they're just bad. Like that. I knew that Dobbs. Everybody was getting hyped on Dobbs, ordering jerseys and stuff. Now they want refunds. They want to send them Dobbs jerseys back. Like, man, this jersey is defective. So they're trying to send them jerseys back.
They ordering jerseys. Now they want the refund.
Yeah. Like, what's your return policy? And man, their window still.
Why you want to trade the jersey? Because he's trash. No way.
Trash.
No way. Come on now.
No,
see,
he's trash.
You can't judge a quarterback, by a game and a half. You can't.
Right.
I mean, you told me you were just kind of sitting back and looking. You weren't into the hype at all. I was hyped. I was like, man, yeah, we got one. I'm glad I didn't order that jersey. I'm glad I had it in my cart. I had my cart, but I held off.
Don't do it.
So
don't do it.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie before. Yeah, no, I've seen it before. Man, your favorite CD, your favorite album, whatever. When you know all the lyrics to it, there ain't nothing new, man. Ain't no new lyrics coming about. Like I seen this dude play. No new plays.
Like, look, this is the Thriller album. I know it all. Back and forth.
Okay? Right.
Oh my God, yeah, man, yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly. So yeah, Detroit went out. Green Bay, they could possibly overcome the Vikings for a playoff spot. In the wild card. But we'll talk about that. As we get closer to the playoff. So your Giant. So we got your Eagles and the Giants. Eagles are at home again, right?
Yep. The last I checked earlier in the week, Vegas had the Eagles as 10.5-point favorites. I don't know if it dropped at all because the Giants, they got smashed. They got that quarterback, Danny DeVito's son. They got him out here. Man, dude is
He's
wild.
balling for a while.
I don't know if you heard about him, but he's kind of become like a I'm trying to think like a out in New York, just like a kind of like a big deal, like just that kind of new thing. So he's got his agent was on the sideline. Well, his agent booked him to do an appearance at a pizzeria, and they were going to charge they charged the pizzeria $10,000. They agreed to do it. Well, he came back and was like, "Nah, now we want 20." And the pizzeria is like, "Nah, we're not giving you 20. We agreed on 10." So then they were like, "No deal." Well, word leaked out there, and the DeVito started getting bashed and stuff. He didn't have nothing to do with his agent, so he fired his agent. Right. He went and did the appearance for free. So he's looking for a new agent. But yeah, it's crazy.
Word.
But I'm like, man. Yeah, but a $10,000, for a $10,000 appearance fee for an NFL player, you start taking taxes out. You up there in New York, and you got to pay your agent 2-4%. Man, what are you gonna walk away with? $3-4 grand? You know what I mean? Like
not much.
Yeah, not much.
Oh man, damn. But I mean, with the bad publicity, he had to end up doing it for free, so he didn't get nothing.
Man, you remember when Jeremy Lin was with the Knicks? How he just kind of was like that lightning in the bottle. Oh, yeah. Now Lin was balling.
Sanity, baby.
Yeah, man, it's kind of like that DeVito sanity right there. But he was bad last week. He was really, really bad. So I'm hoping he plays bad, in Philadelphia in that environment. I'm hoping he can. Yeah, man, I'm hoping we need more of that. There's no excuse for the Eagles to lose this game. I know it's a divisional rival. I know sometimes, regardless of record, those games can be tough. But I'm not hearing it. They need to show me something.
Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, at this point, man, the Eagles they need to clamp down. What are they on? Is it a 3-game?
3
right now?
San Francisco, Dallas, and Seattle.
Yeah, they need to come up out of that, man. San Francisco, the same thing happened to them, and they're on top right now. So it happens. So, but Danny DeVito's nephew, huh?
The Eagles are doing a lot of finger point right now, man.
They are.
They got some issues going on, man. They got some internal issues, and this is see, when San Francisco had theirs, it was earlier in the season. The Eagles are doing it at a horrible time, man. You're about to be, it's big Christmas on Monday. You got 3 regular season weeks left, and then the playoffs. Like this is a bad deal. Like I get it if it was an injury, but this ain't even like injury. This is just kind of like I did my part. You know what I mean? Or I know AJ Brown's like I know what type of player I am, and this, that, and the other. Got to get he didn't throw the team under the bus, but when you start kind of separating yourself, saying what type of player you are instead of saying I know what type of team we can be, it's just that message. It's not received the same way.
Yeah, it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And well, in this case, it's what he said and how he said it. So no, you're absolutely right. And I kind of agree with them to a sense, man. Throw that man the ball. He's on my fantasy team. I need you to throw the ball. I need you to throw the ball to him. Not against the Vikings, but anybody else. Get that man the ball.
He should get some opportunities this weekend. You should get some fantasy points from him this weekend. So,
man, I'm hoping so, man. I'm hoping so. I'm in the playoffs now. I had a bye week last week. And so now I'm in, and I'm not predicted to win. So we'll see what happens. So we can give them my numbers. But they got to stop that, man. They got to come together. Now I've seen good teams throughout, in the past. They were great for most of the season, and then they go into the playoffs. They kind of back. We call it they back into the playoffs. You know what I mean? They've clinched because they did somewhere earlier in the season, but they're kind of backing into the playoffs. And I've seen those teams not do well.
Well, they got 4 losses. They're 10-4 now. If they went out, at the beginning of the season, I predicted them to have 5 losses because that schedule was just crazy. And just how it was lined up and how they put so many of those powerhouse teams together in a row. It's not like you play San Francisco in September. Like you're playing these teams in a row, man, just concurrently. Like that's a lot. Yeah. That's a whole lot right there, So, we'll see how that goes. But I got I got the Eagles winning 27-14.
27-14.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. They've been struggling, man. I don't know, man. Those turnovers, they've been, Hurts needs to take care of the ball. So I got the and it's the Giants, and they're playing a divisional rivalry or whatever. So I've got a 21-17 Eagles. Got a little
Okay.
closer.
Closer than what I have.
I think
Okay.
Yeah, I think Danny DeVito's nephew, he's gonna show up, and Danny DeVito had a talk with him. He called him. He's like, "Hey, man, you need to play better. My reputation's on the line. I heard about the pizzeria thing. Like, come on, yeah, get it together." So,
Hey, very well could have given him that pep talk. You might be right.
that's what my inside sources that don't exist told me. So,
Man,
but
so brother, man, give me your let's go ahead and transition to these before we wrap up the NFL. Let's look at these power rankings, man. So give me your give me your number 5 team as we have done in the past. We'll go from 5 to 1. So who do you got at number 5?
all right, and anybody else who's watching, it's like we don't have a lot right now, but that's okay. The Timberwolves are playing the Lakers right now, and then we got a good game on
Right.
a decent Thursday night game going, Saints versus the Rams. They're I know the Rams are playing for a playoff spot, but at number 5, speaking of the devil, I got the Eagles. Just for their 3-game skid, they should not have lost that game to the Seahawks. Hurts is turning the ball over too much, and like you said, they're having some issues in the locker room. So that's why I got them at 5. Who you got?
I got the Detroit Lions at 5.
Okay. All right. Why you got them at 5?
Because I'm pissed off at my Eagles, so I'm bumping them out of my top 5. That's the only reason.
You took. I knew you did. That's why I had to ask. Like, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yep.
You took them out.
Man, these cats is on timeout. They're not getting back into my top 5 because they got to show me something. Otherwise, man, go sit over in the corner.
Sit over the corner. You know what you did.
The facts.
You know what you did.
You know what you did the last 3 weeks. Go sit over in the corner, man. Go post up in the corner. I'll let you know when I need you.
You know what I need? Yo, that's straight up getting benched, man. That's getting benched. I've been through it. Taylor, sit your ass on the.
Yeah.
So you want me to sit next to you? No, sit at the end of the bench. I'll let you know when I need you.
Facts.
Especially in basketball, and you see me hoop. So there's that. It's not good. If anybody wants to know, not good. All right. Number 4, I've got the Cowboys. They got smashed last week. And it kind of they lost to a good team, or a team that's the Bills. You never know what you're gonna get, but the Bills have been playing pretty good. We know just in general they're a good team. But they went up there and just got destroyed. It was nowhere near as close as I thought it was gonna be. When they're on the road, they just kind of seem to falter. Then they got to go to Miami. We'll see what happens there. That's gonna change their position for me of where I'm gonna put them next week. But right now, I dropped them to 4. They were way up there last week for me. But yeah, they fell into that 4 spot. So who you got?
Same. Everything you just said. I don't even need to elaborate. Number 4.
All right, number 4. All right, number 3, Miami. Miami, they still need to prove that they can beat the good teams, and they will have an opportunity to do that against the Cowboys, who is a good team. And though I dropped them down, they're still a good team. This week, so we'll see what happens from there. Like you said, Tyreek Hill. Now he practiced. Is he still questionable, or
he's going to be questionable up until he'll have that questionable designation all the way up till Sunday, but. He's back the way, and the coaches talked about him playing. So,
okay, so he's in. So that'll give us a good gauge of where they're really at as a team.
Right.
And then, okay, all right. So that's what I got. Who you got?
Miami, same thing. They, them. Now, granted, they were playing the Jets. The Jets are trash, but man, they did well against with their best player. He's a human cheat code in Tyreek Hill. Him not playing, they put up some points. They got a very good defense. It's an underrated defense. So yeah, I got them in the number 3 spot.
Yeah, we don't talk about their defense a lot, but
Nope,
their
we
defense has
don't.
been playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2, I've got the Niners. And the only reason why I've got the Niners at number 2 is, I mean, it's 1 or 2. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's 1 or 2, and they've been playing great ball. They've beaten the Cowboys. They've beaten the Eagles. Um, I think these guys could probably run away with it in the NFC. You know, I mean, they got a good chance to go to the Super Bowl. So I got them at number 2, and you'll see why I put them at number 2 on number 1. So who you got?
I got the Ravens at number 2.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Why you about? Did you have them number 1 last week? Or you
I
had them at number 2?
no, I had them number 1 last week, but when I get to number 1, I'll tell you why I did the switch. It's like you said, I think 1 or 2 are interchangeable.
Right, right, right. Okay. Number 1, I got the Ravens.
Okay.
So I think I had the Ravens. I can't remember what I had them at last week, maybe 2 or 3. I got them at number 1. They just been playing good ball, steady team. You know what you're gonna get out of them week in and week out. Um, and that's it. Like I said, the Ravens or the Niners, they're interchangeable for me. It's almost like flip of the coin, but they've been looking good. So I got a lot of faith in them. And if Jackson stays healthy,
Mhm.
I think they can go to the Super. They need to go to the Super Bowl. They need to go. And I think this year's his year.
Mhm.
Um, and I would really like to see him in it. I like Jackson, man. I just want to see him succeed. You know what I
Right.
mean? And Odell Beckham's playing good. It's like vintage Beckham. So they got a good running game. Defenses, playing good ball. So I think they got a chance. Who you got?
I got Frisco at 1. Part of the reason why Ravens' best running back, that rookie Allen, I think he blew out his I think his ACL. Was it his Achilles or his ACL on Sunday night? I was actually watching that game. He's been their kind of spark plug from the running back position, been really explosive. So San Francisco's healthier right now, and Christian McCaffrey is hands down the best running back in the NFL. They have more
Yes.
weapons. Yeah, they have more weapons, and I trust. I like their Baltimore's got a good defense. I think Frisco's defense is a little bit better. And Christian McCaffrey for me is the X factor. If he's going to continue to play how he's playing, they're going to be tough to beat, man. They're going to be really, really tough to beat. It's going to be a situation where you would have to get Purdy to like make a mistake, and he hasn't really shown that he's prone to make very many mistakes. So that's how
he's a great game manager.
he is.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that sounds good. That'd be a really good Super Bowl.
Absolutely,
If they
it
were
would.
to make
Obviously, I want the Eagles to make it, but I mean, if you take the bias out of that, that would be that'd be a dope Super Bowl.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I agree with all that. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So we cool on the NFL talk, man. So let's get to the National Basketball Association. Seems like this is the league we end up talking about more stuff off the court than we do actually on the court. But
we do.
Man,
we do.
Boy, Ja Morant came back in fashion on Tuesday night. First game back, man, 34 points. I think 8 assists or 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Might have him switched around, man, and then hit the game winner, buzzer beater.
The game winner.
Ran off the court, said he's keeping receipts. I don't know what receipts he's keeping. I mean, you were the one online flashing straps and stuff. I don't know who you're mad at. I'm confused as to who you're upset. You should be upset with your homeboy that was going on live when you had to rash it. So that's who you should be mad at. Keep receipts on that too.
Facts. Yeah, I heard him saying that. I'm like, well, who's he talking about?
Right.
But yeah, he came back like he never left, man. He came back like he never left. I mean, wow. I forgot.
He's explosive. He's like a more athletic, like Allen Iverson. He's like that. Just a more he's just a more athletic to me AI. So
I agree.
No, Fahim, we're not talking about the Cowboys. We're done with those guys.
It's over. We're on to the NBA now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
man. Yeah, Bad Like It Never Left. They got the win. They needed that dearly. Now, did you see that crossover Ingram put on Bane though?
Did not. Missed it. I'm gonna YouTube that when we're done. I'm gonna YouTube that.
Yo, had that brother on ice skates.
Dang.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, that's not a good look. But yeah,
But
man. I mean, golly, I mean, I knew he was crucial to the team, but remember when he sat out last year? They won, or might have been the year before. They won a bunch of games without him.
it's not the same team. They got like Steven Adams
Not
is
at all.
hurt, Brandon Clark is hurt, so they got a lot of injury. Like even he wasn't on that team then, but even like Marcus Smart is out right now. So he
Yeah,
dude is he's just unreal.
jeez, man. Yeah, I forgot, man. I forgot. Yeah, he's him.
He's him.
Yeah,
Oh man, did you
yeah.
see it? It came out in the news today, and I meant to send it to you, but it got reported. So with Zion, you know how he's missed a lot of games throughout his career. When he signed his second contract after his rookie contract, there was a clause in there. He had to play X amount of games for like the final 3 years to be guaranteed. Well, he only played 29 games last season, so his next the Pelicans can get out of his contract. His next 3 years are not guaranteed.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on, man. He's got the off the court stuff
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. We necessarily got to go too far into that, but you know what's going on with that. And then they saying my man,
Yep.
those beignets, and man, he's eating good down there in New Orleans, man. So they said,
I heard.
he's got some of those weight clauses in his contract, and I don't know if it's body fat percentage or a particular weight that he's got to be at, but doesn't seem like he's meeting those requirements. He just seems like someone that's just has got God-given talent, but he just doesn't.
Yeah.
He don't have that drive in him. That Mike, that Kobe, that LeBron, that drive that these guys, that Giannis. Because
Yep.
if he had that drive, who in the world could stop him? Nobody could stop that
Nope.
dude. He's unreal.
Nobody can stop him. Yeah, he's so athletic with that size and everything. You remember Stephen A. Smith talked about him in the in-season tournament and how he's fat and this and that, and then he
Yeah.
came and had that monster game. And I mean, dude can move. He gets up. It's just like, man, yeah, he might be fat, but this dude is an athlete. But that's you can only do that for so long. You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? With
That's right.
those weight issues that causes injuries. That's why you speculate that's why he's been injured before and wasn't able to play, a lot of games. So dude's got to do something, man. I mean, that one lady that talk about the off court stuff.
Yeah.
That one lady, she went in on him, man. She went in
Damn.
on him like she's like get some new moves, learn how to shoot a 3-pointer, stop drinking soda. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, get on the treadmill. We're tired of seeing you dunk. Like, wow.
Yeah. Whoa. I mean, yeah, good point, but dang.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. He needs I don't know if he has a mentor or somebody in the league currently or past one of the OGs or somebody needs to just get with them and just break it down to him like what this means. I don't know if he has that.
Well,
I
they
don't know
said
if
there
he
have been guys that have been talking to him, but they said it's kind of like going in one ear and out the other ear. But and I can't call him this, but just hypothetically, just say if he's lazy, it's hard to motivate a lazy person that doesn't want to put the work in. Like that's
right.
your craft. That's your job. Like, man, you can get the best. You got world-class training facilities. You got buku money in the off season. You can hire a chef. You know what I mean? You could access the gym. You could build your own gym. Like there's so, you know what I mean? Like you got so many resources at your disposal. Like there's no excuse.
Yep. There's no excuse. And it's your job.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's your job. It's your job to stay in shape, to be fit, and to train and to work on your game, to be better at your job. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean? And it's just kind of like it's just that it's like that, like you said, that lazy employee that just doesn't want to use any of the tools that are given to him.
Yeah, you give them that pep talk, man. Then you go ahead and bless them with the verbal warning, And then after a while, man, it's gonna be the written. Then it's gonna be, man, it's about time for you to roll out. Now let's go ahead,
the
box your
final. Sad but true. Sad but true. I mean, yeah, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. So, I mean, I don't feel sorry for that brother. I just, it's just like it's one of those people. It's like, man, you have so much potential, but you're just squandering it. And
Facts. Facts.
we'll see what happens. Now, once it starts to hit his pockets, I maybe he'll start to pay attention. It's sad that it had to come to that, but maybe that's what he needs. So we'll see.
Speaking of sad that it had to come to, man, did you hear what your boy Derek Fisher said?
No, what? That's why my dad always makes fun of me. He's like, you don't know anything what's going on,
man. So your boy Derek Fisher said,
what happened?
The Lakers, they're on a 3-game losing streak. He goes, that's why you don't celebrate anything but real championships. Yes. Them dudes lowering banners and all that mess. Like, come on, man, give me a break. Pop bottles, like, bro, what are we doing here?
So okay, before we go back, keep it away from San Antonio and them churros. Yeah,
man. Barkley warned us about them churros.
Man, yeah, okay, fine. Fisher has a point because it's like they have only played hard in the in-season tournament game, so it seems.
I agree.
Like I heard a number like outside the in-season tournament game. There was just a couple days ago. They're 9-12. 9-12 outside of the in. Come on, man.
Right.
That's LeBron. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Motivated. I think for him, he wanted, like, for his resume. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like I'm the first, superstar, or legendary player to win the end season. That tournament, to me, I get it. It was fun to watch, but like, come on, man. Like, the Lakers lose in the first or second round of the playoffs, nobody's going to care they won the in-season tournament. It's not going to mean anything.
No, nobody's even going to remember it
at all.
Yeah, it's not. No. Be you first, or last. Nobody's going to remember it
at all.
And that's disappointing because I thought that was going to motivate the Lakers to catapult them. And just give it it's like, okay, this is how it feels to win. Now let's take this and apply it to the rest of the season so we can get the playoffs in a comfortable spot. They don't have to be number one, you know what I mean? But get in a comfortable position, to actually, win some rounds, maybe make it to the finals. I mean, I don't know, man. Here's the thing: I'm not gonna put this on LeBron because LeBron he's still playing ball. He's still balling.
The question is,
it's just, but how did you get the rest of the team to buy in? Kind of like when Anthony Edwards is doing with the Timberwolves. You know what I mean? And he's just
they're playing tonight at 8:00.
Yeah, they started at 7.
They already started at 7. Okay, I thought it was 8. Okay, so it's 7:00.
Was it 8? I thought it was 7. Don't get me lying though, bro.
Yeah,
I hope it's at 8. No, you're right. It's at 8.
Okay, cool. So we won't miss any of that. But
miss that.
So yeah, that'll be a good game. The Timberwolves got smacked yesterday against the Sixers, man. And Embiid, they couldn't. Gobert, Karl-Anthony Towns, man, none of that, man. That dude dropped. Embiid playing like, man, because he caught some flack. They said he was whining and got that MVP last year. He's like, now he's like, man, I'm coming to get it again. So
yeah. He's like, oh yeah, check this out. And they're playing good ball.
They are
playing good ball, man.
You remember our first show? We were talking about Tyrese Maxey. Would he be able to make that leap? He dropped 35 last night on the Wolves. So like Tyrese Maxey's been balling. He's playing at an all-star level. So
yeah. He's staying consistent, man. It's almost like that shadow of Harden. It's like he was a flower trying to grow, but he wasn't getting enough sunlight because of that Harden shadow. And once that tree was moved out the way, he's able to flourish, man, and ball out. He's doing it, man. Not taking anything away from Harden because Harden is balling right now for the Clippers. They're on a come up. But yeah, it is good to see it. The Timberwolves, they're playing some good teams.
Right.
they're not going to win. They're not going to win every game, and I knew that was going to be a tough one, especially with the way. I mean, the East is strong, and the way
It
Embiid has
is
been playing.
very strong.
I was like, yeah, yeah. So, but I thought they had a chance there, and then the Sixers they turned it on, man. They hit another gear. So, Bulls are on the road. So,
We'll see. It should
it,
be a good
it
game
is.
though, bro.
Yeah,
So,
it should
man,
be a great game.
before we get out of here, man, let's what you think of the Draymond Green situation? It's like, man, every week there's something new with him. So the latest is he's in some type of counseling program, and he's going to be out at least 3 weeks. They haven't really given very many updates, but just kind of Joe Dumars, legendary Joe Dumars said they need to focus on the player. I'm sorry, the person and not the player. So I don't know if
Right.
3 weeks is going to do the trick, but clearly, we've talked about it ad nauseum. He's got something going on. So
Yeah, it kind of gives you that Meta World Peace vibes, kind of gives you those vibes where I know that he went into counsel. I don't know if it's a requirement for him or maybe it was. I can't remember what happened when it went down with him, but I know that he ended up having a therapist, and that therapist seemed to help him later on, in his years in the NBA. So hopefully this is something that works for. I mean, they're two completely different people. You know what I
right,
mean? But
right.
hopefully, because if it is a personal thing, I don't know. It sounds like it is, or that just might be how Draymond Green is. I don't know. But
It's hard
it's hard to tell, man. I'm hoping it helps. Do I think it'll help? No.
well,
I think Draymond Green is fully aware of what he's doing. I don't think it's a
I,
subconscious.
I do too, and I just don't think and you're not gonna sell me on 3 weeks of counseling and he's ready to come back. I mean, sports is an aggressive sport. You know what I mean? There's aggression and physicality that's involved in that. Like, and he's been doing this stuff for a decade or whatever. So now all of a sudden, after 3 weeks, he's just gonna do a 180 and not do it anymore. I'm not buying that. So
I'm not buying that at all, man. I mean, we've seen everybody, if they've been paying attention to social media at all, we've seen the Draymond memes and the Draymond highlight videos and all that stuff. He's been doing this, like you said, for a better part of a decade. Some of those highlights are like, holy, how like how is he just now getting this treatment? Like this should have happened years ago. Like what? I mean, the only reason why if you let somebody continue to get away with something, it's just gonna get worse and worse. It's like being in an abusive relationship. You know what I mean? If you let it go on, it's just gonna get worse and worse. You know what I mean? I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Okay, you're forgiven. And then you know what I'm saying? There's gotta be some real penalties with this, and but it's hit his pockets too. So Chris, I don't know what else they could do because it's in his pockets. He's talking like 4 million in fines. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
Outside of the next thing you can do is start suspending him for a half a season. That's the only recourse that you have because you got to protect your players. You got a rogue guy that's out here doing some wild stuff, regardless if he needs counsel or he doesn't. Like you can't. He can end up hurting somebody doing that stuff he's doing. So
absolutely, it's about his career. I mean, it's just crazy stuff, man. It's like WWE stuff out there. It's just, I mean, next thing you know, he's gonna be, jumping from the top of the backboard and just suplexing somebody. Like, it's just like, I mean, it's almost like comedy at this point because it's just so bad. I wish they would put it in 2K. So like, if you get to play with Draymond Green, you could like use a little action button to like, I don't know, choke somebody out.
Right.
Sucker punch him. I mean, as I got Draymond Green, I should be able to use him the way that he plays on the court. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if you saw that meme. You remember the movie Above the Rim with Tupac?
Oh yeah.
You saw the guy at the end. That's Wood Harris. They were like, man, he lives through his son now, Draymond. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
I have seen that. I was rolling my head.
Man.
Yo, he was tearing old boy up, man. He was
Yeah,
They were
fact.
calling no foul and Pac on the sideline laughing.
Yeah, yeah. Man, didn't he pull the blinky out at the end? Like, come on, man.
That's right, he did. He went to the bag and pulled the blink.
Man, pulled it out, man. Pull that Moran out at the end, man. Like, come on.
Hey, aired the place out.
Man, fact.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh gosh, yeah, man. So also just real quick, real quick.
Yeah.
Our boy Ant-Man, little off-court stuff.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna beat him up over it. He apologized.
But he apologized, and that's I don't it seems kind of like a money grab. I don't know why you got to put that, why they needed to, whoever decided to put that out there, but
that's exactly what it was. That was exactly what it was. This young brother's on the rise, and then this stuff comes up. I mean, he like his on-court play, he's motivating the guys around him. And he's just a star on the come up, and then this comes out. It's like, oh, make it any more obvious. But what I like about it that he's not letting them bother him. He's still in the court. He's playing balling
up. And he's still young, 22. Like, just a cautionary, lesson or tell. Like these brothers, they got to learn how to move around, and figure, kind of look at it from the vantage point that most people you're meeting like that, they don't have your best interest in mind. So, you got to kind of navigate, like we talked about with Zion, listen to those OGs. Hopefully you got some OGs on your team or OGs in the league that you can call, or, guys that have played and, they'll say, hey, move this way, navigate this way, avoid this. But, so the advent of social media and, being exposed to so much, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. But, again, like I said, it's cautionary tale right here. So, hopefully my man learns from it.
Amen, brother. Amen. Because that had nothing to do with basketball. That's just something, and it didn't do anything illegal. So I don't even know why it was in the news. But I figure I'd just bring it up since
facts.
It's our boy. So but yeah, man. So that's all I got, brother. You got anything?
That's it, man. So we just thank everybody that's listening. As usual, and if you watch the podcast later, but please hit the like button, the subscribe button. And we won't be on again until next Thursday, but we want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Man, couldn't have said it better myself, man. Appreciate everybody who joined and interacted in the comments. Jay, I can't say it any better myself, man. You have a good night, and let's watch the Wolves beat up on these Lakers.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, happy holidays, Fahim. All right.
Happy holidays, guys.
All right, man. Yeah.